Randy, you've been pretty quiet over there.
So kind of, I guess to sum up what some of the other guys have already talked about, but they have an honor code, right? We will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate among us any that do. And I got to tell you, the entire time I've been in OSI, and I'm going to venture out and say the entire time really OSI has existed at the Air Force Academy, we've never had a cadet come down to our office and say, I committed a crime and I'm here to turn myself in because the honor code compelled me to do so. And the Air Force Academy the leadership there likes to think that we have an honor code. We're going to fall back on that. It seems to be working. And truth be told, everybody, including during Operation Gridiron, when we had over, and Eric Thomas was actually a part of that, the 50, I think they called it the 50 roundup is what it ended up being called. And we rounded up almost 50 different people to ask them various questions, all these cadets. And I think a majority of these people lied to us. And nobody ever had a hearing, such as Eric Thomas kind of went through something similar, where we're going to put you in front of a panel of cadets and talk to you about why you lied or violated the honor code. From my experience, there seems to be a different justice system at the Air Force Academy, one where your collegiate athletes, more specifically the football team, can get away with a lot of things. And then you have all these policies, the zero tolerance policy, all the policies that we've kind of discussed, the honor code and all that kind of stuff, that applies to all the regular cadets. And then you have, a collegiate athlete system. And lastly, I think the big thing that really why this is happening is because nobody wants to have a institution that is known for producing sexual assault, either victims or perpetrators. And when you're producing the numbers that Miss Beasley was talking about, that really looks bad. And they're going to start looking at that and saying, are you an academy? Like, what is going on, right? This prestigious institute. And just to tell you about how prestigious they think it is, when cadets actually graduate the Air Force Academy, they literally say, you are the best officers the Air Force will ever see. And I was there when they actually mentioned, they're like, there's a couple that might come from ROTC and prior enlisted, like basically everybody else is hot garbage. But the Air Force Academy is what produces the best, right? There really is, they put the Air Force Academy on a pedestal, so to speak. So you don't want to really tarnish that image. And then lastly, I think the biggest thing is that none of the leadership wanted to take accountability for ultimately what is failure. Either leadership making bad decisions, bad calls, bad judgment, whatever it may be. Nobody wants to admit to that. That makes yourself look bad as a leader. And I think we had a big chain of all these people thinking, oh, wow, I made a mistake. How do I cover that up so it doesn't look like I made a bad mistake? So either I can be promoted or I can protect my legacy or image, whatever it may be, depending on what, your rank or how far into the Air Force Academy or your service is. So I think that's the big thing is nobody wants to admit the failures that they had along the way.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird ethos where you would have people keep presenting this idea of perfection as opposed to, just saying like, hey, we made a mistake and we're gonna just rectify it and move on from there.